Boom, I'm recording. So this is day 5. And so this is always a very difficult time for me because I have to decide what do you guys need the most, right? So if you need anything extra explained or whatever, put it in the chat, right? And then we'll go over that. And then today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to optimize your pages and what's important in your store and how to add that to your theme. Oh, Joe, you wanted to know about colors, right? Colors and themes. Okay. Yes, exactly. So that's what we're going to do as well. So let me pop into here. I've obviously got 10 million things open here. I'll keep those open. Okay. Close that out and open this. So when you're looking at themes, and let me open up my Kalahari Sands, which is like a normal free Shopify theme. When you're looking at the theme, and this was what happened yesterday here, Shopify will let you know if you need to update. After the 2.0, if you haven't updated to 2.0, which means that you just have to update it, it will pop in here, and then you just check whether your pages are working properly, and then you publish. And then it will go into the publish section. And then I normally check again to see if it's working properly. If you still have an old pre 2.0, I want to say they updated in beginning of last year. Can't remember, but so what will happen is if you publish, you will have to redo your home page. So let me show you this one here. Yeah, if our Seabrook, this is my marina where I have my boat, and they are on Shopify as well. So you can, I want to see if I've got a 2.0 updated for them yet. So this is a 2017, 2021. So this is the new updated version. So what happens is you get a complete new homepage that you have to, we've already started adding things in here. Cool. You get a complete new homepage where you have to start adding your homepage again. And most of the time, what I do is I just copy and paste to get to the information, to get to the correct information. So it is a little bit of a pain, but once you've done that, then you have all the new updates that Shopify has added to the coding. So let's go back in here again. We go to customize. Okay, let me start from scratch. So you have your legal pages, you've got your shipping page, and you obviously have your about page, your story, and you also have I've got some FAQs in here, and I've got different types of pages just for information for my customers, right? So here I've got a wholesale retail collaborators page that I'm developing with an app, a forms app with a complete form that my wholesalers have to fill in, because I have to know whether they have a tax number, their company name, what they're selling, and then I'll approve them. That's not automatic. And so, and then I've got a thank you, the contact page. Obviously you have this as well. So you can add different things in here, but you have to connect with a contact theme, contact template, right? And that's so you normally have a default page and you have a contact page. You don't have anything else. So if you have a new, and I know you guys don't have a new site, but let me show you My Kids Love Life. If you have a new site, then, and I think I've already created some pages in here, but it will make it less confusing because I want to show you how to create new pages. And these pages are important. So if you have a look here, I've got an about page and a contact page. So let's create and this is still restricted. So you have an about page and a contact page. That is normal in Shopify. Your other pages you are going to create in themes. So let me go back to Kalahari. So here I've created, I've added a little bit in here so it looks cute when you view the page. Obviously the contact information is added automatically to Shopify, and then that will go into your, it'll be emailed to you, and that will go into your customer database. So then the about page, so I've created an about page, I've created an frequently asked page without any information. I've created a, let me see here. I wonder if this is the right one. I've created just a general about how-to page, a FAQ with, about the product, which every single one of you need. It's the contents, it's the material, is whatever is part of your product. And I'll show you how you're going to use it. So now we're going to go into themes. I've created some pages. I'm going to go into themes. And I'm literally going to drop this down. This is where you can see all your pages in your collection, whether it's your blog post, your blogs, your pages, your collections. And you can, as I said, I've shown you the product page and the collection page. You can actually change them in here. But the pages is important. So I've created a main FAQ page. Now, let me show you one that I haven't linked yet. So you create a template in here, and pop this in here so we can actually create a template. So I can show you how to create a complete new page. We go in here, you go into pages, and you go, okay, I need to create my FAQ page, right? So you're going to call it FAQ. Obviously, you name it whatever your page is going to be. Then you create a template. Then you see here, the FAQ is not assigned to any pages. It's now still assigned to About Us. I don't want it to be assigned to About Us because it's not, About Us is the main default page. It's the same page. So I'm going to change it in here if I have already created a page. So obviously I haven't created a page. I have to get into my pages section. And I'm normally, what I do is to get to it quickly without having going backwards and forwards. I make sure that I have several pages open. So I only have to click backwards and forwards on the tabs, not on the actual page. Otherwise, this is what happens. So now you go back to pages. And turning. Got so many things open here. Let me take these things out. All the things I'm reading. Okay. So if this happens to you, sometimes it's a little bit slow, whether it's the internet, whether it's Shopify, whatever it is. I normally just refresh my page and boom, then it happens. Okay, so now you're going to create an FAQ page. I'm just going to call it FAQ for now, because we're going to change that later. And I'm going to keep it open. I'm going to just say save. You see, it's still on the default page, and I've got it. Actually, I have already created an FAQ page. So I can create an FAQ page before I create it in the themes, or vice versa. So now I've created the FAQ page. I can connect it, and boom, I've now got an FAQ page. If you want to do it from the other way around, which you are creating, say you're going to create an ingredients page, you have what information you are going to add to your website. And you can see we don't have an ingredients template here. And I'll show you now why I do all these different pages. So now we've got an ingredients page. Let's go back to our customized template. I refresh the page just so it collects all the information that it's in my store. And I am going to, now there's one page allocated, which is FAQ, but it's still not showing the correct page here. So you have to connect the correct page like this, right? Okay, so now we have the correct page. So now you can see that's just where the FAQ is. Now you can either have information on the page, like I've shown you with Kalahari, there's some information on the page, or you can create information just by adding different types of sections. So is an FAQ here? Yes, this is normally the FAQ type of accordion that you can add to your page. As you see here, it's a they call it a collapsible row. I don't know why they don't just call it an accordion, but you can create a collapsible row. You are going to call this here frequently asked questions or whatever, this is the heading, or whatever. You can do whatever in here, right? Or you can take this out and just add this one in, and I can't spell properly. Unless you already have the header of your page in here, so you can actually close out that page if you don't want the header in it. It will still show all the content. So you can do it either way. Have information on the page just to say, hey, this is information about FAQ, and then have the collapsible content down here. And then you're going to be adding all your headings, right? Shipping, they're going to have questions about shipping information, a check mark, and so you can change the icons here, and then you can blah 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 in here, add all your shipping information. So when you open this up, it'll literally show you all the information that you add. So it really shows a cool FAQ page for your content. So people don't have to just scroll all the way to the bottom. They will have it in a collapsible row like this. You can also add, obviously, an image banner right at the top to make it more interesting. But if you add it here, it pops in at the bottom. You've got to grab it. You see that little hand? You grab it and you pull it to the top. So now you can add anything in your images, second image, whatever you want to do. And I always like to adapt section height to first image size. So there's no problem about different image sizes. So this is your FAQ, and this is how you can create extra pages, interesting pages for your store. And then what I would do on this page as well is I would add, let's see if it is on here. I never know if oh, here we go, email sign up. I will add the email sign up on here. You want that email sign up on every page except the product page or the collections page. By the time they get to the collections and the products page, you want them to buy. You don't want them to be distracted, okay? So I would add the subscriber emails, make it full width, looks cool. Everybody has full width nowadays. Okay, so now we are going to go to colors, and you see all these interesting background colors you can add, because these are the background colors you have added to your store. And this is just a reverse. Actually, I've only ever used that on one. Let me see a background. So let's go to settings. Here are the theme settings, right? You see the theme settings here. It says very, very small on the side is theme settings. Here's where you get all your colors, all your typography, and the colors that you're going to add for your store. But before you even do that, you've already created 2-3 colors for your store that are your main colors. I'm not going to go out of here. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going back to settings, remember, and I'm going to be adding my colors to my brand colors, and I'll show you in a minute why. So you're going to add some colors in here. I'm just going to randomly add colors in here. And I'm going to have a contrasting purple color. So it's very, 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 very clear. Right, so let's go back to branding. It might not pick it up immediately. I'm going to refresh the page again. Make sure you save whatever you have added to your page. And I think that refreshed it. Let's have a look. So now we're in the colors. And you see this little hamburger, actually looks like a hamburger, on the side here, which says Connect Dynamic Source. This will, you see here, it shows you the brand colors that you've added to the brand setting. So it makes it really easy to remember your colors, what the colors you added to your brand. So primary colors, what is this? Solid button label. Solid button label. I'll keep that white. And then we have an accent here. So accent 1 gradient, accent 2 gradient. And actually something, you start messing with these, it can get confusing very, very easily. I would choose again, is a white background, maybe if it suits your brand, a lighter background, like either a gray or a brown. So for Kalahari, I'll show you in here, because since this is, so I have accent, I've got the brown, I've got the yellow orange, and then we don't have gradients in here. It can make it really interesting, right? But I don't have any gradients in here. And then we have, that's it. Actually, no, this is accent 1, accent 2. And then the backgrounds, here you get the backgrounds. Background 1, background 2, no gradients. Again, I've just used the white, we've just used the white background. We just make it as easy as possible and not too colorful. As you can see, I've used the brown background in here, makes it really interesting. And then again, you know, for Shopify, this is just, if you're using too much, then they don't give you a lot of choice. If you're looking at my template, which is a board template, which sometimes makes it even more confusing because they give you more choices, right? You don't want too many choices. You can see here, I've got a header background. I've got general black background for my links hover, my sale price, my sidebars, links, my stickers, my buttons, my borders, my pop-up, my footer, my password. In the normal free theme, you will get the footer colors actually. And so sometimes you have to really look for the colors, because it's not always in theme settings. Sometimes it can literally be in your header. Let's see here if there's any colors in the header. Nope. And then check the theme settings here. This is only for default logos. Yeah, this is like hunting for Easter eggs. So here, let's see here, marula oil. So here I can choose an accent color. I can adjust my text center, and I can add a link in there. And then, so obviously I can't see anything. Let's have a look at the footer. So the footer, again, you can just choose the background, different background colors. Show email sign up. And then I've got 2 email signups, which is okay. And then follow on shop. This is actually a new link. So if you've upgraded your theme, this is a new link from Shopify. Follow your shop. Follow your shop. Haha, look at that. So this is the shop button. Let me show you the shop button. I don't know why there are 2 shops, but whatever, right? Whatever. So the shop button is in here. You go to payments and you go to manage. And then this is my shop button. And then it also adds, check this out. It also adds, I'll show you on mine, on Kalahari maybe. It also adds, let me go out of here. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go in here. And this is the sales channel. So I normally add as many sales channels as possible because I believe they should get me wherever they can, right? So I don't know how people will find you on Shop or on, there's another one. This is actually a really good app. It's a live shopping app that you can create on your store, on your product page. The shop button I have in mine, I have, let's go show you. As I said, I do every single one of them. I've got Shop, I've got Microsoft Channel, I've got Link Pop. I don't know where Link Pop is, what it is, but as I said, I like to activate everything. And I have all my books on Link Pop. So you can see here, this is Link Pop. And so it's obviously a mobile app powered by Shopify. Who knows? Who knows where it goes to? Okay. But again, it gives your customers wherever you're going to be popping up, wherever you can. And then the shop button, I think you have to download it by, let me have a look. You might have to download it by, let's have a look here. So activate it. So shop, come on. Why is this not working? Oh, it's in Pages, sorry. Okay, so sales channel. I'm going to add a new sales channel. I'm going to do shop, and that's an app as well. So it's either in the payment, you activate it in the payment, and then you're going to add the shop channel again on shop. And so it is a shop app. And so as I suggest, everything that where you can, sorry, something went wrong, obviously. Add the apps, right? Add the apps. Because again, you don't know where your customers are coming from. And Microsoft Channel is Bing, so add Microsoft Channel as well. All right, we're in the Pages, we're in the here we go. So as I said, that is a new link from Shopify, the shop app. Right, let's go into footer. Follow on shop. And then social media icons, you can add your social media icons and your country region selector, which means that they can get if somebody is in Canada, they can get the Canadian dollars, which actually is a little bit confusing for customers. They've already asked me, why is my book costs more when I click on things? And I go, well, it's in Canadian dollars, if you noticed, right? So sometimes it's a little bit confusing. Again, you know, I could chat to her and she bought my book. Here's a language selector. I've just checked that up. You can enable different languages in your store as well. So if you have a lot of people from South America and you wanted to select a Spanish, you can add a language selection app where you can, it actually translates some of the language. They said it's good, who knows, you know, you might have to have it checked. You know, I don't know. I actually did activate it for my store. I haven't tested it yet. So I need to ask some of my Spanish friends to go on there and check it out to see if it makes sense. Payment methods, show your payment icons. I always like to show my payment icons at the bottom of the footer because it shows the trust factor. Policy links. Here, look at this. This is new too. Policy links. Where's that? So now, because your policy, you've added your legal pages to settings and legal pages. Let's go in here. Settings and legal pages. These policies that you've fixed up and checked, and if you've had your store for a while, what I do is I literally go in and add it again, which is this store. This is my practice store. Replace with template just to add the new things that Shopify have added for privacy and terms of service. Terms of service you don't have to change. So just replace terms of service. All of that is very clear. Stay. Privacy policy, you'll have to go and check what to take out and what to leave, right? That's what we talked about on our first day. So let's go back to Kalahari. So here, I like adding those, and I also like adding them to the product page, because you are adding another trust factor to say, hey, this is a really a good website to buy your stuff from. And that's what we have to do when we're dealing with customers. Let me see what I have here on here. If I have anything, shop, I've got to change that shop. Okay. So you see here, I've added, okay, you can add shop pay, which is again in settings, payments, and where you get the shop store. And it will only be activated when you are live. Let me show you in mine. It will only be activated when you're live. And why is this a good idea? People look at it and go, I don't want that. This is a good idea because when somebody buys stuff from you and they go, oh, I can't spend that because I've just spent everything at Christmas, but I really, really, really want this for the birthday that's coming up in March. So they can actually pay off the checkout, right? All the purchases. And so they get charged. In fact, what I've seen is you can actually pay it for 12 months. I couldn't believe it. Shop pay, you can choose how long it takes to pay off. You can choose the amounts, and then they collect the money. It doesn't affect you at all. You get paid immediately. So it's a win-win for both you and your customer. So when you go into manage, and I've never seen it on front there, actually, that's also new, just brand new. Then you can see once you've activated your store, you can add the shop pay installments. And obviously the rates are a little bit higher, but this is for them to, because they have to collect the money afterwards. But again, are you not going to add it to increase the basket value? Or, I've seen it work. I've literally seen it work. And I've seen it in small stores. Donna sells puzzles. Kelly sells skincare, and both of them activated it, and they've seen their basket values increase. So here we go, financing package. Who's this? Me. And so a standard or premium. Okay, so here's 6 weeks or monthly installments for up to 12 months. Offer qualified customers interest-free financing on 6-month terms. Huh? Also new, by the way. Brand new, which means I have to change my book again. So this is a good thing to add to your store. I really believe that. Even for small things like this, you don't know what your customers' finances, but you really want them to buy your stuff, right? Okay, so let's go back in here. Kalahari. Okay, so policy settings. This will add it to the bottom, which is fabulous. So you don't have to take up space here. I would still add your policies in here because nobody looks this far down, right? I would still add some stuff in here. Spacing, second padding, theme settings. Again, this is all the links. Why don't I have any links in here? Strange. And so you can also add the links in social media. So once you add the links here, they'll go into the links on the side. But you can also, when we go back to brand and settings and brand, let me go back in here, settings and brand, you can add it into your social links in here. It doesn't always work with all the themes, but I'm sure everybody's going to catch up, right? As Shopify is adding, all the themes are catching up. But add them in here as well, so that then you don't have to add them every single position that you're looking at. All right, so let's go back to pages. Let's go back to pages. So just to show you what I've done on my store. is I've literally created different pages for my store. Where's my home page? Themes, pages, themes. Let's go in here. So as you know, I sell books and I sell subscriptions and stuff. So I've created quite a few pages also because I'm always testing things out. So I had Bootcamp up here, but I've actually added Bootcamp as a blog because it updates and has a sidebar. If I'm looking at customer love, I've got a referral page, and that's also a good idea, is to have a referral testimonial page on your, and I should collect more, on your store. So not just in the products, grab those or grab whatever you've got on Facebook, add them to a page. It also improves your SEO. So what other page do I have in here? I've got break even, I've got FAQ main. I'm adding all sorts of other interesting things. I've got a tools page. I've created a tools page just for, I've had this forever, so I need to update these, all the tools that I've been using in all these years with Shopify. Again, I always think of A, does it help my customer? And B, this is fabulous for SEO, right? So you got to think like that as well, whether you have a website like mine or whether you have a website that sells stuff, is how can you improve your customers' experience on your store? And you've got to give them as much information as possible. So with a free theme, it's really hard to, let me see, hard to create an FAQ. Let me see if I've done it. FAQ, go into pages. I don't think I can add an FAQ in here. Multi-row, collapsible content. Yes, you can. So I've added a collapsible content in here at the bottom of my product page, because I don't want my customers to leave this page. I see a product page like a sales page. I want to sell them this product. And you know that, so example, my husband will go on a website, and if he can't find the information, he's out of there and he looks for somewhere else. So you got to think of somebody like me shopping, where I need the information immediately. I'm going to click the thing and go, right? I'm going to read this little information here. I'm going to, oh my God, this is fabulous. I'm going to buy it. Then you get somebody like my husband who comes on here, goes, I need every single detail, how this thing works. How am I going to use it? Can I use it for everything? Oh, look here, they've got some really cool logos. And so when I'm looking at industrial farm code, that's what I thought of as well. Every time I improve her pages, I'm looking at what will the customer be looking for, and then I'll look at other brands as well. So I went to IKEA, I went to a couple of other pages, Sonoma and the big company. They have some collaborator websites on their main page. So I've added all these things on the page, and it is, again, it depends on your theme, right? How you're going to add these things. But I've added 2 FAQs in there. So I've added a general FAQ, and then I've created different pages with specific FAQs to the type of products, right? So here's steel finishes. Obviously, if you're selling stuff, a bowl or something like that, then you don't need the steel finishes. So this is only for the products that I've created for her supports. So, and this is what I did in her. This is what I did in her what's it called? Customize, is create those different pages for her, even different product pages. So if you're looking at Kalahari, I've created a page for your face. I've created a page for beards, because it's different. It's for men. So I have to have more male images in here than what I have in my, and obviously I have to talk about how good it is for your beard. And so, and how it works, and make the page more manly, right? So you can actually allocate a page to a type of product, which makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay. Okay, and then let me show you how to do the blogs as well. I think blogs for e-commerce is super important, because this is how you attract people to your store, because normally when they come to your store, they're not shopping, they're just checking things out. So you should be creating a blog for, I'm seeing which website I'm in, blog new research. So news, you should be creating blogs for your e-commerce store, so you can educate your customers and show them different things. I need to add an image in here, which I haven't yet. Let me close this out. So you can actually think of adding more information to your page and then hiding it before you add the information, because sometimes it's like you're running out of time, but you need to remember to add that information. And this is what I do. I'll come back and add that information later. But again, back to blogs. You need the blogs to attract your customers. So for every single customer that I have, I create blogs. And I create the blogs in a case where, say for instance, in my skincare company. So I create the blogs. We literally are now using the blogs for social media posts. So no, this is blogs. Let me show you my blogs. So for each blog, I've said, for instance, I have created these 8 steps. And is this, yes, we have created images for each of the steps, because the then my little social lady will grab these and add them to a post. So she's already got 8 pieces of posts that she can post for her social media. So I write one blog to use the blog for all our social media. Again, we're creating this healthy tips. Where else are we? I'm combining all these 5 habits for a healthy skin. Again, you know, I'm writing, no, this is a starter one. I'm writing really in-depth blogs, right? Oh, let me show you this. These are the blogs that they had on the website. So and they are really badly done, right? This is really blah. I mean, seriously. So what I'm doing is I'm taking an old blog and I'm repurposing it and adding more information to the blog. Why? Because Google loves it. And Google will reward me because I'm putting out really good information. Yeah, 10 beauty tips. I've taken that type of blah blog. I've expanded each section by adding more, and I've done my research online, seeing what everybody else is doing, and I thought I'm going to make it better. So now we have these fabulous images on our blog that is for our posts as well. And then I've added more points. I've added during your exercise what you do. Keep your hands off your face. I've added obviously you're drinking water. After exercise, what to do with your face. And then what type of products to use as well, which I should be linking to. Yeah, I've linked it to the actual products. And then one of the blogs that I'm writing, for instance, is a lot about technical stuff. Let me see if I can find it so I can show you what I'm adding to the bottom of the blogs. Wait, I think this is what I did with it. I think this is the one. Let me have a look. So I did my research and I'm adding all my research, but obviously this is skincare, so this health, and I'm verifying all my information with other blogs. So I've added all my references in this blog to show that I'm not talking nonsense. These guys are also, you know, this is where I get my information from. And obviously what I've done is I've changed the content to sound like us. And this gives links outside. You should actually have backlinks into your blog, but that's another story, right? So I have links out. And then you have to have links into your products, because this is where you can sell your products as well with your blogs, right? So think of every time you write something that you're going to be putting it out to social media, and how are you going to sell your product? This is excellent. Every time I write a blog, these guys, I started emailing regularly about a month ago, we get at least 7 sales every time I send an email out. And so I don't get it with my Africa guys, because that's, you know, you're spending $2,000. So people have to think a while to buy that. But for something smaller, sending out an email to customers is super, super, super important. And why? Because, so what I use the blog for as well, I grab some information from the blog, then, and I use, I don't use Shopify because, you know, we were on here already. I use OmniSend for my emails, and they're a little bit better than Shopify because I can use a if/or statement. But OmniSend, I want to show you how I use the blog on emails to send it out to my customers. See, 20% open rate, 30% open rate, which is absolutely fabulous. I've only sent 605. This guy had 19,000 and I cut them all out. I'm only emailing to people that are actually opening it up. So you can see the open rates are still ongoing. But let me show you the campaign. View email. So what I've done is I've literally, I've got a quote here. Is this me or them? Hang on, this might be me. No, this is my email, sorry. Let me show you color, the other one. So I use my blogs as well, by the way. I use my blogs as well. So if you're looking at Invisible. So campaigns, so I use their blogs, as I've shown you, 44%. They even got a better open rate than me. Can you believe it? 40, and here we've got a 62% open rate. It just blows my mind. And you can see here every time we had 2 sales and I sent it on Wednesday. And then we have some more sales. So my little Amazon lady who does all our shipping, she said we had 7 sales since my email newsletter went out. So, but let me show you the email newsletter that I add. Yeah, that I add. So I add a little bit about the blog. I add my blog link in here. I added 7 tips to some very shortened blog, because obviously that blog is extremely long. And then I put my products in here. Hey, you know, you can also buy these products. And then this time I've got some details more about the product, the ingredients, because, you know, it's such a big thing. And then I've got a little thing here that I pinched from somebody else that explain why we're sending out this email and who we are. I think this is a huge deal. I used to have the doc's face in here as well. I took him out, so I don't know if it works, if it doesn't work, so I keep testing. You see here, oh, what's this? Interesting. So I keep testing. You see here, 2%, 1%, 20%, 1 click, 0 clicks. Oh, and I've got it here double in. Right? So you can see, you can actually see where they're clicking. This is interesting. Okay. So this is just do the emails. Donna, my little puzzle lady, she had, I've known her for 12 years, maybe a little bit longer. And so, and we moved from a 3D card to Shopify because I fell in love with Shopify those years, because they were the only ones that had international capabilities for international stores. Obviously, everybody else has followed suit, but Shopify is so easy to set up and everything. She never believed in emails. I don't want to send out emails because, you know, I don't want to bother my customers. And I said, you have to bother your customers because you are not emailing, your competition is emailing, and you're leaving money on the table. She started her emails just before Christmas. She made $3,000 just on her emails. And her products are about $50 to $60, $65 average. Okay. So you can see emails are so important, so important. So even if you have 5 customers, it doesn't matter. They don't know that you only have 5 customers, right? So you have more and more and more people signing up because you get out there, you're publishing, you're telling people to come back to your blog. Oh, one more thing. If you can, you need to add your your sign up, your email sign up on this page as well, on each blog. Let me see if I can find it. So I'm not sure if you can do it on a Shopify blog. Let's have a look. Email sign up. Yep, I've got it. So I've got the email subscribe list on this, my new store. And you know what I should do is I should actually have it as a different color. It has to stand out, right? So, so people can actually sign up for more. And I need to change this blah, blah, because this is very boring. Join our VIPs. VIP for more information. Oh no, join our VIPs. And then I'm going to, then I can leave that in. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to brands, have a look at what they have, and then mimic what they have. Because, you know, the big brands are already, as I said, you know, they have a team working for them. You can learn so much. Don't pick everything up that they have. Be careful what you add. So what I also want to tell you, and can I do it here? No, I can't. This content from your email, edit your email blog post. I don't like just the email. I like to have a first name and a last name because of spam. But if you can't do it, then, you know, you don't have much of a choice. Let's see what happens. Oh, I think this is just the blog. Yeah, this is just the blog. I don't know why they're pushing me to the blog. So again, the email form is people signing up for your marketing is automatic. Oh, you can actually control it in settings and information. And let me see here. Settings. Again, this is for your emails, right? Checkout. So one isn't checkout. I want to see it's probably moved. I think they've moved it. Yeah, marketing options. You can, this is on your checkout page. Okay, so this is only on your checkout page. Then this is new customer accounts. No, they don't have anything in here. Oh, look at that. Sign in with shop. Information, notifications. So notifications, you will have the marketing. So require customers to confirm the email subscription. Again, if you are dealing with any Europeans, then you have to have these a double opt-in. And it's always good to have a double opt-in because you know then they can't come back and say, hey, you know, I don't want the emails. But in, you know, in America, we're not forced about it yet. Add recipients, that's it. That's the only way you can do it. And then obviously you can also, this is for the email management and tracking. And then your email tracking that you can manage is in email settings. So double opt-in, manage your notifications, goes back to notifications. Oh, isn't this lovely? Backwards and forwards. And then here. So this they actually had in settings. So they've moved this here. You can optimize open tracking. And then ask for consent. Do not track all email opens. I think you should track all email opens because just because. I mean, they recommend this again because, you know, because of GDPR. By maintaining your sender reputation. I don't know what if it will or not. I like to know what's being opened, what's not being opened, and tracking that. And then manage store detail setting. This will go back to your store detail settings. Remember, if you have an email in your store settings, let me go in here, store details, and you've added your email, You see, I've added my Gmail in here. Remember, this is just a practice site. If I've added any email in here, you have to verify the email. Let's see here, open. So otherwise it will have the shop and your domain name. So you got, obviously I verified this. Okay. And it will be in here where it will show you to be verified. Maybe let's go in this setting. These guys, I never do as I tell them. Fix this. So if not, then it'll say, emails you send my shop differently in some customers' inboxes. If you want to fix this, you have to authenticate it. And yes, so you have to add all this cool stuff into where you have your domain name or your email. And it's pretty easy. All you have to do is create a CNAME and you copy, and you got to add all 4 records and then you authenticate. So this is good that I can show you this. So do this, because otherwise your email won't go to everybody. I need to tell them. I have told them. So here you see it. It will come via the shopemail.com, shopifyemail.com. Okay. So that's one more thing that you need to do. Okay. So let's, it's nearly an hour, but let's see if there are any questions that you have. I know you do. No, where's the theme settings? Joe, you know where the theme settings are, right?
Now I found it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Any other questions? I know you might have a question. Let me open this up. And also, you know, I'm always available. Chat to me. You can pop into my workshop on Mondays, as you've seen. If you want to be, so this is what I have. I have an e-commerce success workshop where I put my links in every Monday to tell them about my workshop. And I also have an email. Oh, now I've closed it down. I do not want to close that down. Need to chat with Facebook. Okay, here. I've also got an email that I send out on Mondays. And if you want to, I can add your email to it. And so you will get an invite on the email. Let's see here. Mondays. So it's on Monday at 10, between 10 and 11. And I don't always record. It depends. If somebody says, can you please record? I can't make it. I will record. I don't normally record because this is a free workshop. And so you need to patch up if you want to know more. And so during those workshops, we work on blogs, we work on SEO, we work on marketing, we work on stuff that people need. So sometimes I don't have anybody in the workshop, and if you're the only one, you get all my attention. So it just depends. I can have 5 or 6 people in it. I can have 1 or 2 people in it. So we work on whatever you need in that free workshop. You can also obviously get me to come and help you. I have consulting, a meeting with me, and we can, you know, you pay, I think it's about $97, $197, and you have me for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you need. If you need help with your Shopify store or any setup or anything. And obviously we do that as well. I don't do it. I have minions that do it. I just like the teaching side. So anyway, and so I have customers right now that are launching next week. And so I'm coaching them through the launch and what to do, fixing their website, the Shopify store in the back end, because there's so much you need to do. And as I said, Shopify changed things all the time. So it's fun. It's fun. Lots of fun for me. Okay, guys, is there any other questions? No. As I said, and so I will put this up today, this last video up today on the website. You have access to it as long as possible. I don't take it down. I'll probably just add new ones to it because I'll have another Shopify Bootcamp maybe in 8 to 12 weeks, depending on how I feel. And I might start a Shopify advanced bootcamp as well. It depends, it depends what people want. So yes, thanks for coming in, Joe. It was so fabulous seeing you again. I'm very excited. And Sue, you know what? If you need help, just let me know, because Shopify is fabulous, and as you know, I'm connecting the sales channels to Etsy right now, because I'm going to be selling my planners on Etsy and my books. By the way, I've just thought, oh, maybe I should sell my books on Etsy, but I'm selling my planners. And then one of my little ladies, that she's an author, and she started the whole thing. So she said, oh, I've got my planner as a digital planner on Etsy. And I thought, wow, that's a cool idea. So I'm also connecting to Etsy. I've connected to, obviously, to Facebook, to Google. As I said, whatever is out there, if it's for free, I will use it. eBay has changed for Shopify. You used to be able to connect. I think you now have to have an app. I haven't looked into it, because I'm also going to be selling my books on eBay. It's, one of those things, baby steps. Take one thing at a time. And so it's on my list, on my long list that I'm adding. But having your products and things everywhere. And also, I've got to tell you this morning, I was just reading an article, and Google is going to optimize the Google page to, let me take this off share, to where somebody searches for a product, they will be able to buy the product on Google. They can do it already, but it's like, have you ever, if you're looking for a flight, you can actually buy the flight now on Google. It's that type of thing. This is a new thing, and they're going to optimize Google for that. Obviously, Google has to earn money. So the ads will also work a little bit different. The SEO is going to change. So this is really, really going to be an interesting couple of years. But the opportunities are there. And if you have Google in your Shopify store, there is already buy on Google, which I'm optimizing for industrial right now, and it was a big deal. I couldn't find it anywhere, and so we talked to the Google guys. So it is also, if you have your product, that's a free option, buy on Google. And I think that's what Neil Patel was talking about. So I'm going to have a look into that. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope it helped you a lot, and maybe you'll be here for my next for my next one. I'll let you know, don't you worry. Okay, let me stop.